A few months ago, I made a video titled, Should You Buy WWE 2K19 or WWE 2K20? Now, in the time since I made that video, we have a new game, WWE 2K Battlegrounds. This game is completely different to 2K20, and as a result, I thought it would be a good idea to compare the two and talk to you guys about which one is worth buying of the last two games that 2K has made for WWE, whether that be WWE 2K20 or WWE 2K Battlegrounds. If you have the option of buying one game, which one should you buy? How much should you pay for either game? Is Battlegrounds worth it, considering all the microtransactions you'll need once you buy the game? I'm going to talk about all that in this video, so stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, all that kind of good stuff. You guys know the drill. So yeah, without further ado, which game, in my opinion, is worth buying? I'm just going to have to say it straight off the cuff. Battlegrounds is a better game than 2K20, in my opinion, and it's just more fun. That's the best way to describe it. 2K Battlegrounds, it does a lot right. Now, granted, is it the perfect game? No. Is it some amazing wrestling game that you're going to be playing for decades on end? No. It's nowhere near as good as SmackDown, Here Comes the Pain, or No Mercy, or those type of games. But for what Battlegrounds does, it does its job. Now, is it as good as All Stars? No, not in my opinion, but Battlegrounds, it has its positives. Now, obviously, I'll address the key negative with Battlegrounds. Microtransactions are everywhere. Like, the game, the roster it comes with, like on the regulation version, the regular edition of Battlegrounds, the roster, it's limited as hell. There's a lot of microtransactions that goes into it, so right off the bat, buyer be warned. Just because you're buying the regular standard edition doesn't mean you're getting a lot of the big names. Like, you're getting some, big name superstar wrestlers, but you're not really getting all of them. You have to pay like a decent amount of additional money to unlock everyone. Is that worth it? That comes down to how much you'll play it, because if you're going to play Battlegrounds like a few hours a day for the next 6 months, of course it's worth it. Definitely go out and buy Battlegrounds, of course. If you're only going to play Battlegrounds or a WWE game once a week, or you're only going to play it for like an hour here and there, is it really worth buying Battlegrounds considering the microtransactions? Now, that's not to be said that you can't play Battlegrounds without microtransactions, but it is very grindy. If you're not into the grindy type of games, then it might not be the best game for you. If you're not into the grindy games, then 2K20 might be a better game to pick up. But in my personal opinion, I've just stood by that 2K20 is not worth buying. I've stood by that for a long time now. I've had plenty of comments in numerous ones of these 2K videos asking me, look, 2K20 is only $10, it's only $15, $20. Is it worth buying? Should I buy it? I'm a WWE fan. Should I pay $10? It's on sale. Should I buy the game? In my opinion, it always comes down to, if you're going to get good playing use out of it, then yes. If you know you're going to play the game a lot, it's worth buying, especially for $10. But in general, would I recommend you go buy 2K20? No. I wouldn't recommend it. In my opinion, Battlegrounds for $40, and if you want to get the digital deluxe version, $50, I think that's worth buying. The arcadey type gameplay, it's a lot of fun. Now, right away, there's not that much of a skill gap with Battlegrounds. Like, as a game, you don't have to be super experienced with WWE games to be any good at it. A bit of button mashing. Each wrestler has a specific style. They've got about 3 to 5 like combinations and types of moves they do. It's not overly complicated. You don't have to memorize, whole playbooks worth of submission moves and whole playbooks worth of kicks and combos, and it's not very complicated. It's a fun, easy game, very kid-friendly. Like, if you're a kid and you're watching this, definitely get Battlegrounds over 2K20. If you're just, a kid who wants a game, Christmas is coming up, you've got holidays coming up, definitely get Battlegrounds. I think it's a great game to get if you're a kid and you want to play a WWE game. Definitely get that over 2K20. 2K20 just isn't that much fun. It's just, 2K20 is what it is. Like, I know that doesn't give you guys a great in-depth review of the game by any means, but 2K20, it's been in the same form for the last 8 months now. 2K stopped caring about 2K20 in February, so that game's just been forgotten about. It's just kind of there. It's just a dead game. The servers, 2K just don't care about that game anymore, so compare that to Battlegrounds. Battlegrounds is the new shiny toy. It's different to the past few years of 2K games. Obviously, it's more like All Stars. Not as good as All-Stars, but it's more like it. It just, in general, Battlegrounds is more worth buying than 2K20, even though the price is going to be 4 to 5 times more. Add in microtransactions, you could be looking up to paying 10 to 20 times more for Battlegrounds than you would for 2K20, depending on whether you want to go down the road of microtransactions. That's up to you, depends. But yeah, just in general, the main takeaway from this video, Battlegrounds is worth buying more than 2K20 is. 2K20, I only recommend you buy that game if you just absolutely need a WWE game and you only have like $10 and you just need a WWE game to fill in your time for some reason, then I'd suggest you get 2K20. But outside of that, I just recommend you get 2K19. Like, if you want a simulation style WWE wrestling game with a good current roster, 2K19 is the game for you. But if you want an arcadey, fun, good game to fill in your time, something to grind with on the holidays or around Christmas time and in this kind of festive season to kill your time and forget about what's going on in the real world, Battlegrounds is the game for you. So hopefully this video could help. Basically, just Battlegrounds, lots of microtransactions. If it's a fun game, 2K20, the game's dead in the water. It's not really worth buying. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, sub. You guys know the drill. See ya.